Hey, what's up, students? Let's do the burger blender. Find the missing points R, S, and T. As you can see, I filled out some important information. Point A is at 130. Point R is 30% from A. Point S is 50% from B. Now, if you're 50% from B, you're also 50% from A, but it doesn't really matter. Point T is 13% from B, and point B is at negative 60. So we have to, first of all, figure out the total distance that AB is, and then we're going to apply these percentages, and then we're going to add or subtract based off the direction we're going. When you go up a vertical number line, you do addition. When you go down a vertical number line, you do subtraction. So let's do some math here, friends. First things first, let's find AB, the distance. So anytime you see two corner points like this, AB, that stands for the distance of A to B, which it spells out right there. So how do we get from 130 all the way down to negative 60? That is a distance of 130 and 60. Even though it's 60 down, negative 60, it's still a distance of 60. So when you add those numbers together, you get 190. So that is the distance of AB, and 190 is the number that you're going to be finding all of these percents of. So here we go. So to find point R, first of all, we got to figure out what 30% of 190 is. So I'm going to take, on the side here, I'm going to take 190 times 0.3. I'm going to actually put it in blue even. So 190 times 0.3 is 57. So that's not the answer to point R. That's how far point R is down from A. So if you have 130 and then you go down 57, because again, you're going down, minus 57, that's going to get you on point R. And when you do 130 minus 57, you're going to land on 73. Okay, so again, everybody can find this part. I can take 190 times 0.3 and get 57. 57 is not your answer. 57 is the jump from point A to point R. Okay, so please be very, very careful with that, students. All right, let's do point S. Okay, so we still got to use 190 again. Basically chop it in half. When you chop 190 in half, you get a number. I have it written down right here, 95. Here we go. All right, so that's not the answer. That's the jump. So either you can go up from negative 60 or you can go down from 130. 50 is right in the middle, so it doesn't matter if you're going down or if you're going up, it's the same jump. So if you take negative 60 plus 95, or if you take 130 minus 95, you're going to get to the same coordinate point. That's point S, and the math says it's 35. Here we go. Right in the middle, 35 is. 35 is right in the middle of 130 and negative 60. All right, let's move on to the last one here. Point T is 13% from B. So 190 times 0.13 is, it's 24.7. Ooh, I should have changed that to green. I'm sorry. I'll do it over here. So we got to go up by 24.7. All right. So since we're going up, we're doing addition. So if you do negative 60 plus 24.7, you're going to land at a decimal, and that decimal is negative 35.3. I think I made these work out nice enough where you don't get any really nasty decimals. I think the tenths place is as far as you need to go. So don't go any further than the tenths place. All right, so just a quick review. I found the total distance. Basically, you add the positive and then you drop the negative and add that number, because even though it is negative, it is distance. So I got a total distance of 190. I take 190 and I scale it by 30%, 50%, 13%, and then I add or subtract based off the direction I'm going. So when I found 57, I subtracted 57 because I'm going down from 130. Point S was in the middle, so you can either subtract the 95 or add the 95. And then point T is 13% up, so you would add the 24.7 to negative 60. Bonus questions. You want to place point Z on 0. So where is 0? Well, it's probably kind of in this area, I'm guessing. So let's see, what was this? This was 35, and this was negative 35. So I'm guessing 0 is kind of in this area somewhere. Okay. You want to place point Z at 0. What percent is point Z from A? So it's asking, let me make myself a little bit of room here really quick, students. I'm going to erase that really quick. This question is asking, how far is it from A all the way to 0? It's asking the percentage. How far of a percent jump is that? And the same thing from B. How far of a percent jump is that? Well, don't think too hard, students. Negative 60 to 0 is a distance of 60. 130 to 0 is a distance of 130. Okay, so all you do here is kind of an easy question. 130 is 130 away from 0, but 130 out of 190 is going to give you that percentage. So how far is point Z from A? It's 130 of the 190. So basically, I don't know if I should have reworded this a little bit differently. So you want to place point Z on 0. What percent, I guess I should say, what percent of AB is point Z from A? That's also kind of wordy. I think you all understand the concept here, especially if you watch the video here. And then what percent is point Z from B? Well, it's 60 out of 190. Okay. When you do these two percentages, round it to the nearest tenth, you get 68.4%. Again, the blank is right there, so just drop it in there. You don't need to write the percent symbol. And then this would be 31.6. So yeah, maybe I'll add that in there. Okay, what percent of AB is point Z from A? Technically, the best way to word that, I would say, what percent of AB is AZ? That would actually be the best way to write it. So maybe by the time you're taking this, it's been reworded and it looks more like this. I think that would be probably the best way to ask that question. So anyway, it's the same math. You'll figure it out. All right, students, that is the Burger Blender. You're scaling distances and applying distances, and that's about it. All right, we'll see you in class.